I'm just as confused as the last time I reviewed one of these products. The FE, is it a mid-range or it's a high-end phone? I just can't understand this goddamn thing. Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Technicational. My name is Peyton Wilmot, and today we're going to take a deep dive into a phone that I don't know about anybody else. I don't know what the hell it is, if it's a high-end, mid-range, or whatsoever. It is the Samsung S24 FE, and the FE stands for Fan Edition. I'm hoping the F is really for fan and the E is for edition, because can stand for so many things, but we're not going into that. So guess what? Chaos is the order of the day. Goddamn balloons. Shit. Anyway, so chaos is the order of the day, because to further confuse things, the S24 FE comes out way later than the S24 series of phones, and it comes with S25 series of features, and it come out the same year as the S25 Ultra and the S25s as well, although it named S24 FE, which confuses me even more. But anyhow, what kind of features we're talking? You know that Galaxy AI that Samsung is pushing in their new phones? It's in this phone, and all the AI features that you can get in the S25 is present here in the S24 FE. Also, it has the same design concept as the 25, which is a flat display, flat back, flat sides. It just looks immaculate, and it has the in-screen fingerprint scanner, and it comes with a 50 megapixel main camera at the back, an 8 megapixel telephoto, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. So it's packing some good specs, probably not what you will expect from a mid-range phone. So probably it's a high-end phone then. The front camera is 10 megapixel, so it's probably a mid-range phone. It's confusing what Samsung put in this device, because you might think all of these specs and you say, you know what, they must put a Snapdragon in there. It's not a Snapdragon in there, it's a Exynos. But the phone is snappy. So talking about performance, let's just get right into it, because the specs just confuse me even more, right? Okay. So the one I had reviewing was 256 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM, and you can't get no higher than 8 gig of RAM. So it's a mid-range, right? Anyway, also it comes with a 4,700 mAh battery, not a 5,000 mAh battery. I mean, there's so many confusing things. But anyway, the performance of this thing, although it has an Exynos in it, is top-notch, real top-notch. The phone is buttery smooth, the animations are smooth, it plays all kind of games, and it can have a lot of things running in the background and no problem. But it's still an Exynos processor, so the performance might vary compared to a Snapdragon, but I did not see any slowdown or any disparity compared to other phones that use the latest Snapdragon chipset inside. The one thing I can say though is that the camera on this phone really pushes the phone to the limit. If you are one of those persons who take a lot of photos on your phone, it does eat into your battery. So let's talk about battery, right? When it comes to battery life, right, the S24 FE doesn't have the typical 5,000 milliamp hour battery that you will find in most flagship or even mid-range phones. What you do find is the 4,700 milliamp hour battery, and it charges up relatively quick for Samsung, in Samsung terms, because Samsung doesn't really have really fast charging. But we'll debate about that next time. But battery life is pretty good as long as you don't pressure the camera. You can get a full day of use with this phone, but if you start going into videos and photos a lot on this phone will last you till midday. The most. It eats into the battery a lot. Alright, we'll talk about the camera. Since the camera is the main focus on this phone, well, I'm just going to tell you straight up. By far, I don't know if it's the camera or the display, but taking photos on this phone looks amazing. I mean, I know persons who have a S24 Ultra that were like, which phone is? The main camera on this 24 FE looks very detailed, and if you take photos in the day, it will surprise you. If you take photos in the night, it will surprise you. If you take photos in pitch black, it will surprise you. The camera on this is really good. The only thing I wish is that it had a stronger telephoto lens. So zoom in photos, like you zoom in more to take photos, you can see the artifacts because it's just not a really strong zoom system. But apart from that, the ultra wide is really good and the main camera is really good. The front camera, although it's 10 megapixel, looks better than some phones that have 16, 60, 20. Yeah, I don't know what kind of lens they're using, but camera wise, that thing is shot. So let me just be frank with you. No, let me be patent with you. Frank as somebody else. So the S24 FE has crazy value. The problem is that some of the features that are in this phone is geared towards a more wider audience, like persons who have the S25 or the S25 Ultra, which is good because you're getting it at a cheaper cost in the FE. The problem is it's not cheaper by much. The FE is running you near what a S24, S25 would cost, and then you are going to run into the big thought-provoking topic. Should I buy a FE or should I just go and buy a S25? Definitely can't afford the Ultra, but should you just buy a S25 or a S25 Plus? And that's the problem with the FE. It came out so close to when the new Galaxies are dropping that some might not go for it and just wait for the latest and greatest after that. But best believe the S24 FE is the closest thing you can get to premium without spending premium for Samsung. So if you don't mind not having the title of S Galaxy and leave out the FE, so you can say to a man, say, oh, it's the Galaxy I have, not the FE. Yeah, sometimes it's better just save your money and just go with the cheaper cost. Anyhow, folks, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. If you're not subscribed, please do subscribe. And until next time, peace.
Snakes in the grass, you gotta watch where you step. Blood on the leaves, you either kill or be killed. When there's food on the table, you either eat or you starve. And when the sharks in the water, you either sink or you swim. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there. It's a jungle out there.